Welcome to the weekly Moneypants podcast. I'm Phontaine.
And I'm Hannah.
And today we're going to talk about Moneypants Boss.
Yeah, Moneypants Boss is the program for parents that goes along with the Moneypants Solution, and it's where you, the parents, put on the money pants. And so we want to talk about that because you may be thinking, I'm fine with just my kids doing this. But we want to talk to you about why you will want to consider putting on...
You, the parent.
You, the parent, would want to consider doing the Money Pants program. And so to give you a little bit of backstory, over the years, we've developed and refined the Money Pants solution. And our kids were developing all these talents and abilities, and it got to the point where I was looking at them going, oh my goodness, they're better at doing this than I am. They're better at this than I am.
They're better prepared for life than I was at their age. That's
yeah,
for sure.
and I was like, I was just a pinch jealous. And then it occurred to me that, wait a minute, all of this is, the whole Money Pants solution, all it is proper goal-setting techniques. And I'm like, wait, there's no reason why I shouldn't be doing this as well. And I thought, yeah, but where would the money come from? Because our big thing with Money Pants is that the whole thing doesn't cost you any more money than you are already spending. And so I thought about it, and I'm like, well, up to this point in my marriage, my husband and I would give ourselves basically a monthly allowance of money we could go.
Do you remember what it started out with when we first got married?
Yeah, when we first got married, it was...
Do you remember?
Yeah, $10. It was $10 when we were dirt poor newlyweds.
$10
a month. Yeah, $10 a month. And it was precious, precious money. Anyway, and that was money I could, if I was invited to a baby shower, I could buy a present for my friend, or, I could go get my hair cut if I saved it up for 2 months or something like that. And so it was my precious $10 that was just for me to spend however I wanted it. And as our income changed, that amount of money got bigger. So it got up to like $150
a month, yeah.
Yeah, and so I bought a gym membership with it. I did all sorts of stuff with that. And so what I thought is, I'm like, hey, that's kind of, I loved having that. I loved having that personal money. But
So
I thought...
I liked that. I liked having it allocated, so I knew, like, okay, if I save up for 3 months, then I can get this new part for my computer. And
I really looked forward to it a lot. And so that's really important. That's really good. But I thought, well, why don't we take it a step further and do what we've done with the kids? How about my husband and I still have that $150 available to us, but it's contingent. We have to earn that $150
what's the reward for accomplishing our goals?
For reaching our goals.
Yeah.
And so I had my husband create a chart for me that was compatible with the amount of money that we had set aside. And I had goals that, things that I always want to do. I want to say my prayers every morning. I want to read my scriptures. I want to spend one-on-one time with my kids. I want to do gardening once a week. Things like that, where I'm like, they're goals things I've always wanted to do, but I write in my journal. I was kicking myself. I had this big family, big crazy family, and I'm not writing in my journal, and the years are going by, and I kept putting it off. So we made the chart, and it was so satisfying. All of a sudden, I started accomplishing goals that had been on my list of goals I wanted to achieve. I actually started accomplishing them. And so yes, I was earning this money, and it was kind of like a game, but it worked. It worked, and it was so effective. All of a sudden, I was doing things I had wanted to do for years, and all because of Money Pants Boss, what we're calling Money Pants Boss, where me, the parent, put myself in the program that my kids were already doing. So today we want to talk about we thought of the top 10 reasons for using the Money Pants Boss program. And what's cool about it is you can actually use Money Pants if you don't even have any kids at all.
Yeah.
Like if it's just you and your spouse, you can do what we're talking about today.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the top 10 reasons to use Money Pants Boss. And here's a quick overview. Number 1, or maybe we should go backwards. No, it doesn't matter. These aren't in any particular order. Number 1, it eliminates fights about money between spouses. Number 2, it works seamlessly with the family vacation budget. Number 3, It eliminates anxiety by dividing up parental responsibilities in the home. Number 4, it helps adults progress and become happier and more satisfied with their lives. Number 5, it creates a stronger sense of teamwork and synergy in the home. Number 6, it ensures that Money Pants for the kids is successful. Number 7, it prevents drudgery when it comes to parenting, because a lot of times we'll talk about that, but a lot of times parenting kind of becomes the grind. Number 8, it improves family relationships. Number 9, you'll be setting a good example for your kids. And number 10, the number 10 top reason to use Moneypants Boss is it will reduce criticism and promote appreciation in the home.
Okay, so let's start with number 1. It eliminates fights about money between spouses. So how does it do that? Well, it does that because it keeps discretionary money separate from money set aside for bills and savings. With Moneypants Boss, you, the parent, can spend money completely guilt-free and know that it won't cause a financial hardship for the family. Why? Because with Moneypants Boss, each spouse has their own debit card that is kept separate from the family account. So it's crystal clear how much discretionary money you personally have. There's no confusion. And by having these accounts, you'll avoid fights about, oh, why did you buy this? Or we don't need this. Or you spend money and I'm scrimping and saving, counting out every penny, and I never get to spend money on what I want or need. So you're not going to have fights like that. Instead, you can spend the money guilt-free that's in your account, knowing it won't compromise the family finances in any way, and that you accumulated the money in your account by taking care of your family and developing habits that make you a better parent and a better spouse. So that money that you have to spend is very positive and it's completely guilt-free, and you can be confident about spending it.
Awesome. Number 2, it works seamlessly with the family vacation budget. So Moneypants Boss, it's carefully designed to work in conjunction with the whole system so that your family will have money set aside for vacations. So if you implement Moneypants Boss, you will be naturally following the 10-10-10 rule for family finances as well as personal finances without even having to think about it. When parents are on Moneypants Boss, the vacation calculator will work and you will have money set aside each year for vacation as well as for savings goals. Without implementing the Moneypants Boss, though, the vacation calendar, it won't work. It's part of the calculations that allow you to make more from the resources that you have.
Yeah, so it's a whole system that works together. Okay, so number 3, it eliminates anxiety by dividing up parental responsibilities in the home.
Okay, this may be one of my favorite
Yeah,
ones.
if you go onto YouTube, you'll see that this is a common fight that people have is the chores at home. Who's supposed to be doing what between husband and wife?
And Moneypants Boss, all it does, basically, it divides that up.
It divides it up, so there's
agreement. You guys talk about it. Because a lot of times, here's the thing. You have fights. You don't even know why you're having a fight. You're just fighting about the same stupid stuff that you're always fighting about. And you're like, why do we always fight about this? Well, it's because you never sat down and talked about it.
Yeah.
And Moneypants Boss, all it does is kind of sets it up, brings it out into the open and says, oh,
let's decide this.
Here
Let's
are
talk
the things
about
that
this.
we need to talk about. And it divides up the jobs.
Yeah. So it prevents conflict over whose turn it is to do things, and fights like, why am I the only one who changes diapers or does the dishes? Why am I the poop checker?
Yeah.
When Moneypants Boss,
from Ice Age.
When Moneypants Boss is implemented, all jobs in the house get assigned out. All parties are properly motivated to consistently do their part, and the job substitution backup is already set up. So everything's in place. There's all the backup plan.
Also,
in the event,
even if you are the one always changing the diaper, you're getting paid for it.
yeah,
So
you're not going to complain about it. You'll be like, yeah, this is my job.
Not only is it my job, but I'm getting paid for it. So fine, okay, I'll do it.
In fact, when we first had kids, I did this for myself. I really did not like changing poopy diapers, and I knew I needed to face the fear. So I quit asking my husband to. And he was great. He would change the baby's diaper anytime I asked, but I quit asking him to change it. So I would get used to doing it and not be always hoping that you would do it. But anyway, so it's the same principle for parents as it is for adults. And so the nice thing is this whole system's already set up. So if you are unavailable, if you're sick, if you're unavailable, or you have something else going on and you are unable to fulfill your responsibilities at home, like, for example, if your spouse is in charge of getting dishes done and they're out of town or late for work, they're covered. You have the whole substitution system already in place. And there's no resentment from anyone because everyone's compensated for their work.
Okay, number 4. It helps adults progress and become happier and more satisfied with their lives. Now, this is a crazy claim, but it's true. Humans, which includes parents, are only happy when they are improving and progressing. You'll improve a lot faster and on a much more consistent basis when you use Moneypants Boss. Why? Because it utilizes all the proper goal-setting techniques. The quote I love, and I say it over and over again, is, when performance is measured, performance improves. When performance is measured and reported, the rate of improvement accelerates. In other words, if you track your goals, and then you report to somebody about how you're doing on your goals, you're going to reach your goals a lot faster. So
it's just a true principle.
And Moneypants Boss just applies these basic principles of goal setting. Like, you make specific, reasonable goals that can be measured. You track your progress. You report your progress on a regular basis.
That's payday.
And you reward yourself for your progress.
That's also payday.
And so you can actually view Moneypants as the ultimate goal-achieving program for the whole family. And as you start achieving personal goals and improving your relationships and developing your talents, you'll be happier and more enthusiastic about life in general. The Moneypants Boss is just a goal-setting tool. That's all it is, to help you be happier as a parent. And as you use it in connection with the Moneypants Solution, you'll actually have the time to develop those talents and develop those relationships with your kids because you'll have more time because you're not the only one doing all the work.
Yeah. So number 5 is it creates a stronger sense of teamwork and synergy in the home. So you already have your kids on the Moneypants program, and you're making the effort to hold payday every week for your kids, right? You have the app or you have the paper charts. And why have a separate goal-setting program for yourself? Simplify things, consolidate things. Plug yourself into the system that you're already using, that's already working, and that's already in place. If you do that, it actually creates unity and synergy to have everyone working together, and you accomplish more in the time that you set aside to make the whole Moneypants program work. So it's not just benefiting your kids, it's benefiting you and your spouse.
And the nice thing is, the Moneypants Solution does work.
Yeah, it does. It's the most effective goal-setting techniques you can possibly use.
Number 6, Moneypants Boss ensures that Moneypants for the kids succeeds. And this is why. The highest paying items on the Moneypants Boss goal sheet are for holding daily inspections and weekly payday. This was not haphazard. This was not random. This was not accidental. It is crucial because the entire program depends on those 2 tasks being completed by the parents.
Yeah.
Daily inspections, weekly payday.
If a parent doesn't do those 2 things, Moneypants Solution does not work. The daily inspections, weekly payday.
Well, we discovered that. So, most parents, when they're not motivated, they'll fizzle out on carrying out these responsibilities after a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so
maybe it'll last a month, but really, you just kind of fizzle out.
You're human, and that's just how it is. And so, but those 2 jobs are so important because if the parents don't do that, the kids don't do their job. So it's on Moneypants Boss. That's one of the required goals on Moneypants Boss.
And it's the highest paying one for a reason.
Yeah, so you got to keep it that way. And let's explain why. Why are they the highest paid?
Well, we just did. Because if you don't do payday and if you don't do daily inspections, the whole system falls apart.
Yeah, but also the thing is you, the parent, you're not going to... you're gonna go back to having to do all the housework yourself.
So if you don't do payday and if you don't do weekly payday and if you don't do daily inspections, your kids won't do their jobs.
Yeah, and you're
the
gonna
whole
end
system
up
falls
cleaning
apart,
the whole
and
house
then you
by
go,
yourself
okay, I see
again.
what you're saying. Yeah, you'll just end up going back to you, the one doing all the work.
Yeah, and then you're not gonna have time to do any of the other goals on your chart. You're not going to have time to practice a talent or to do anything else. You're too busy cleaning up after everyone else.
Yep.
And so that's that aspect of it. Okay, which number are we on?
Number 7.
Number 7. Oh, it prevents drudgery. That's
a great word.
Yeah, drudgery. Okay, so many parents resent rewarding their kids for their work and contributions. And I've heard this a couple times.
No, we've heard this a lot.
They say, why should I reward my kids? I don't get paid or rewarded for what I do. I'm not going to pay them. And what we say in response is, that's a problem. You should be rewarding yourself for what you accomplish.
You, the parent, should be rewarded for what you, the parent, do. Why not?
Yeah,
why not reward yourself?
It's very healthy for parents to be rewarding themselves for their hard work and effort. Otherwise, everything becomes drudgery. So Moneypants Boss rewards you, the parent, with spending money. It gives you something to look forward to and to plan with. And you can use that money to go out to lunch with your friends, buy gifts, shop, buy a book, go to the salon, donate to charity, take piano lessons, get a gym membership, upgrade your computer, buy a plane ticket, decorate, etc. So there's a healthy balance in the home where parents and kids have things to work for and look forward to.
And it does. It eliminates the drudgery of being a parent. Because a lot of times, let's admit it, parenting sometimes devolves into the daily grind.
Yeah, and you hear people are like, I lamenting about, gosh, I had so much fun when I was single and all this.
And then I settled down.
Good
grief. Have we settled down, Hannah?
No, we haven't settled down.
Not since we got married and had kids.
But it doesn't need to be that way. If you're feeling that way, something's wrong.
Yeah, you should still be developing your talents and abilities. As a matter of fact, you should be better at it than your kids because you've had a lot more practice. You should be able to have, spend more time doing your artwork or working on your piano playing or working on...
You should still be a person. You're
skills.
Still a person.
Yeah.
Just because you're a parent doesn't mean you're a person anymore. You're still a person and you still need to be developing and progressing.
Oh, and we'll talk about... number 9's good, but let's go to number 8 first. Okay. Number 8, it will improve family relationships. So the reason Moneypants Boss will improve family relationships is because it helps you prioritize and manage your time. And we kind of touched on that a little bit earlier, but when you use Moneypants Boss, it helps you focus on spending individual time with your spouse and your kids that is so important for developing relationships. The whole one-on-one time, critical in the family, both with your spouse, but also with each one of your children. Also, it helps you take better care of yourself. That's another one of the goals. Often as a parent, we're so dedicated to caring for those around us that we forget to take care of ourselves, really. But it makes us less effective as parents. We hear the analogy all the time. If you're on an airplane and there's an emergency, they tell you to put on your own. I'm sorry. You're on an airplane. There's an emergency. The oxygen masks drop down, and they instruct you to put on your mask first before helping anybody else. And you're like, oh, that's so selfish. No, it's not. Because you can't help anybody else if you're incapacitated.
Yeah, if you've passed out, you're really not going to be able to help your kids put on their oxygen masks.
And so what we're suggesting is take care of yourself first, then you'll be able to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
And that's part of the Moneypants Boss set. Anyway, so we're not talking about the time if we're not taking the time to exercise and refuel spiritually, get sufficient rest, develop our talents, we really aren't able to give as much to our families. So Moneypants Boss helps put that balance back into the personal lives of parents. As a result, you, the parent, will feel more energetic, more positive, more enthusiastic, and more patient with both your children and your spouse.
And we could all use a little more patience, right? I know I can. So anyway, number 9, you'll be setting a good example for your kids. With Moneypants Boss, you're teaching your kids... with Moneypants, just the Moneypants program, you teach your kids to work hard, to be consistent, to care for themselves, set goals, and to strive for balance and health, and to develop their minds and their talents. And so how wonderful for them to see that those things will continue as they get married and have children of their own.
Through your example.
Yeah. They're going to see you caring for yourself, you working hard to improve, and you rewarding yourself for your work. And when your kids see that, they'll want to be more like you, and they'll realize that what they're doing with setting goals and learning to care for themselves, they'll realize that it's very important.
And it's going to go with them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, it's something that they need to take with them their whole lives.
And number 10. The 10th reason the Moneypants Boss is something you should definitely use. It will reduce criticism and at the same time promote appreciation. By you, the parent, focusing on your own habits and improvement, you'll understand what your kids are experiencing. And this goes back to what my wife was saying at the beginning, where she was explaining how she made her own little chart of goals that matched kind of matched up what the kids were doing. You know, she had her list of daily chores, and she had a list of daily habits and weekly chores and habits. And I remember her saying, it was interesting to me, at one point she turned to me and she said, "Honey, this is really tough. It's tough to get everything done every day. Yet here we are expecting it of our children to get their jobs done and get their habits done on a daily basis, and I'm having trouble doing it myself."
Well, at the same, and I wasn't doing nearly as well as the kids. Like, they were getting way more marks on theirs than I was getting on mine. But I remember feeling so proud of all those marks where I'm like, I've started writing in my journal.
I remember how happy you were.
Every mark was an improvement of something I was doing
Sweetie, I wrote my journal every day this week.
I hadn't been doing before.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was like reading my scriptures, and it was just so gratifying. And I was so much happier. I was just so much happier. So, but when we went to our first payday, I looked at my chart and how pleased I was with myself. And I looked at my kids' charts and I looked at, wow, they've done so much more. And I thought, I'm so proud of myself. How would I feel if somebody were to be like, why didn't you do more?
Right.
I see you missed that. And I'm like, I get it.
And so that's why when we talk about payday, there's no room for criticism. There's no room. Mm-hmm. When you're working on goals, there's no room for criticism. And when you use Moneypants Boss and you're working on these goals, come payday, that's the last thing you want to hear is, well, why didn't you write in your journal on Thursday?
Yeah.
No, I wrote in my journal 6 days this week. I missed one day. Before this, I wasn't writing in my journal ever.
Yeah, and quite frankly, we all have off weeks. But payday is great because I realized going through that experience myself it's kind of a reset time. And you go, oh, I need to reorganize my day and rework some things. How am I going to get this done?
So when you use Moneypants Boss, you'll understand why you don't want to criticize your kids on payday.
You'll understand what they're going through.
And you'll understand the importance of treating payday as a reward. And it is, because you're rewarding them for their goals. You're rewarding yourself for your goals. And you'll understand why having payday each week is so critical. Not every 2 weeks, not once a month. It has to be weekly, because for some reason, that weekly payday, that weekly assessment, it refuels and resets you for the next week. And at the same time, it builds trust. You trust yourself. You're like, I rewarded myself for the goals I accomplished. I can do it again. Yeah.
And the other, and I think ultimately the best thing is you will feel so much happier as you see yourself reaching your goals. You will just feel so much better about yourself, so much more confident and so much happier. And then when you see that with yourself, you'll realize that's what this is doing for my kids. That's what, them learning to care for themselves and follow through and learn that consistency. That's what they're going through. And you going through it yourself, it makes you more committed to going, you know what, this is what I want to do with my kids, because this is helping me so much, and I am so much happier. So those are the top 10 reasons to use Moneypants Boss, and we hope you take advantage of that part of the system.
Well, just a quick recap. So here are the 10 again. Yeah. It eliminates fights about money between spouses. Number 2, it works seamlessly with the family vacation budget. Number 3, it eliminates anxiety by dividing up parental responsibilities in the home. Number 4, it helps adults progress and become happier and more satisfied with their lives. Number 5, it creates a stronger sense of teamwork and synergy in the home. Number 6, it ensures that Moneypants for the kids succeeds. Number 7, it prevents drudgery in parenting. Number 8, it improves family relationships. Number 9, you'll be setting a good example for your kids. And number 10, it'll reduce criticism in the home and promote appreciation. And that's it.
So there you go. Those are the top 10 reasons to use Moneypants Boss.
So just do it. Just use it. And we'll see you next week.